but I mean, I don't know, other than from what I've read and what I've seen, and what I've seen on TV. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of give and take and tit for tat once you get up there, and that's what kind of, senators seem to. We've talked about this before. You get up there, and then it's like, well, all right, Rebecca, we're going to give you this for your district, which is going to make your voters happy if you just swing this vote this way, and we can put these pain medications on a different schedule.
So the pain medication shouldn't be on the schedule at all.
Yeah, but
I'm not.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Right.
Okay, I'm Senator so and so from wherever. Okay, and I'm up whipping up votes. It's like, look, I can get a new multi-billion-dollar industry to come to your state if you give us this one, and we'll get this bill through for your whatever it is, that's going to benefit your state, benefit your voters. And of course, if you don't support this, then we're going to let all your voters know that it was because of you they didn't get this big contract. How are you prepared to handle that? How are you prepared to look somebody in the face and say, "Hey, it ain't happening"?
So number one, Becca, don't play that game. You're not coercing me. You're not bribing me. And if you go down that path, you're going to be very sorry. I have absolutely no qualms with calling you or anybody else in the media and saying, let me tell you about this conversation I had, and going public with it. I am not going to tolerate that kind of crap. It's not happening. That's number one. Number two, the majority of this give and take business, I believe, happens for... I don't believe it happens to actually get bills through. I think it happens more for jockeying in position, and it's because people want to get reelected. And I don't want to be reelected. I want to go in and do one term and do what I said I was going to do and get it done and get it over with and hand it off to somebody else. I would think that after 6 years, I'm going to be tired. And somebody with fresh legs needs to take over. So between those two things, I'm not concerned about it. And if there's still an issue, I have one more backdrop waiting in place, almost like a net for those people that do the aerobatics. I have a group of people that I call my Council of Conscience. It's like they're my board of conscience. And these are people that know me well. They know what I stand for. They know what I think about. And if they ever see me behaving off that path, they can come and whack me.
Have a great day.
I was trying to get Frankie back on there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's it. And if they see me going offline, they have the authority to do a command performance and tell me, okay, you're hitting the bumps on the side of the road, you need to get back on task. And so between I'm not playing those games. I'm not running for election because I spent my whole life going, hey, I want to be a politician or I want to be a senator. I'm an electrical engineer. I'm in this because Cornyn has got to go.
Yeah.
That's it.
I agree. I think Cornyn, and even now, I watch, Rand Paul, and I watch Ted Cruz on the conservative side of the thing, and they're just, you get just this feeling that they've sold out, especially Ted Cruz.
And it's craziness. I mean, this Ann Coulter saying that she's going to drown people.
Oh, we didn't get... Yeah, let's get to that right quick. Ann Coulter, tell us what happened with that. That's the whole reason I had you on. We just got off on all these other things.
And Coulter said that anybody that was even considering voting Libertarian in any Senate race should send their name and address to her so that she could come drown them. And her reasoning is that the Libertarians were stealing votes from the Republicans. So let's talk a little bit about the word steal. If I stole something from you, Mike, what does that say about the status of the item before I took it?
That it was mine.
That it was yours. So exactly when did Republicans, or Democrats for that matter, start owning votes? I thought the votes were owned by the people who cast them.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's, you take a look at the language that she used, and there's a lot of assumptions under there that, Libertarians are stealing votes. No, Libertarians are earning votes, and there's a very big difference.
So you had a response for her, and you sent it to me, and I read it. Go ahead and read that for our listeners, because I thought it was brilliant.
You want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me bring it up. Okay. Dear Ms. Coulter, thank you so much for assisting with the publicity for my campaign in Texas. I greatly appreciate it. I also appreciate your passion, drive, and commitment to standing up for what you believe in. I love liberty and would prefer that you are able to keep yours, which could be a problem when you threaten to murder the 22 federal candidates who are, no doubt, planning on voting for themselves. Hopefully someone has spoken to you about this pursuit. I'm assuming that you've already started your list of the candidates at the top, followed, of course, by our families and anyone who is publicly declared. You're going to be very, very busy. As a result, your declared path is going to be a major investment of time and resources, both of which could be better spent writing another book. Not to mention that the actual execution of your threat would result in multiple felonies and a significant amount of time in jail. As stated earlier, I'm all for liberty, including yours. Toward that end, please see the enclosed non-aggression principle. Perhaps a timely review now and then will prevent this type of occurrence in the future. Thank you for all you do for liberty, Rebecca Paddock.
That's sweet. Did she reply at all or no?
She has not replied. But there have been several other, my letter to Ann Coulter inspired some other people to write them. And some of them have been, they've all been very funny. Some of them have been a bit more raucous than others, shall we say. But yeah, I have not heard anything back from her.
Well, you probably won't.
I probably will not.
She probably is like everybody else, and hopefully that I'll get to one day where, I don't answer anything. I've got people for that. I mean, right now I answer everything because, I get flooded with emails. And that's being sarcastic. Nobody says anything, really. It's all on Facebook now. I get pokes and friend requests and all that kind of stuff.
But yeah, it's I understand that she's passionate. I do, and I get that this is important to her. I do not think it's appropriate to threaten to drown people at all. I don't think that's appropriate.
Well, let me ask you this. Isn't she just part of the same propaganda machine that's Hannity? And, I mean, it's almost predictable. And Limbaugh, it's like they don't have any original thoughts anymore. They have sound bites that they string together. I used to listen to Hannity a little bit in the afternoon just because, it was interesting until the Trayvon Martin thing. And if I ever hear Hannity say ground and pound MMA style, I counted in one segment, and he's got 15-minute segments. I've got 20-minute segments. He's got 15-minute segments. In one segment, he said ground and pound MMA style 36 times.
Wow.
Pretty much every time he had a sentence, he added that in there. Every time he asked a question of a guest in that segment, he put at ground and pound MMA style in this whole Trayvon Martin case, which the right got it wrong and the left got it wrong. And just from my training and background, I looked at the facts, I weeded through all the crap, and I kind of put together a picture of what happened. And I've covered that before on the show. That was two egos that wouldn't back down, and one had a gun. Nobody chased anybody down and executed them. Nobody was getting the living crap kicked out of him because he was attacked. Neither one of them were running away or running towards each other. They were both going towards each other. Neither one of them was chasing. You know what I'm saying? One wasn't chasing the other one. They were spoiling for a fight. Trayvon was...
I have a friend that said that whole situation was nothing more than two people suffering from testosterone poisoning.
Exactly. And that's what I called that from the beginning. But it got so, and Hannity I mean, isn't Ann Coulter the same? I tried listening to her the other day. She kind of comes on the same time as Jay Moore Sports, and I like Jay Moore Sports. It's a great show. I don't know if you've ever heard it, and if you're a sports fan, he's got the best sports show on radio right now. So outside of all the other talk shows, that 3 hours of my day is the only one where I really pay attention. The rest is all background noise. So I think he had a guest on, or it was a rerun or something was going on, and Ann Coulter comes on right before, can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll think of it. But she came on, so I was listening to her, and it's the same snarky sound bites that you get off of Fox News, which is a propaganda machine, MSNBC, if it's on the left side, with Rachel Maddow. It's just all propaganda. So you don't think... I think her passion is driven by a dollar. I think that if more money was made being a liberal, she'd be one.
And that could be.
I know it is.
I am not going to get into what the root of her passion is.
Well, look at Greta Sustern.
So so she's not running around telling people that she's going to drown people.
Well, no, but look at Greta Sustern. She used to be on MSNBC, very liberal, left wing, dressed a little butch, and then she went to Fox, got a facelift. Dresses very conservative. Now she's a voice of conservatism. All within like a week. I'm like, well, is this the same Greta Sustern that came on MSNBC? What the hell? And now they're all embracing her. To me, it's an act. It's all an act. They're actors. Every one of them. Hannity doesn't believe what he's saying any more than Coulter or Limbaugh started the whole mess, and they just sound bites. That's what sets my show apart. I speak my mind. I got nobody beholden to me. No one's pumping any money into this radio program. And even if they did...
And I think that's a big difference. And
even if I did, we're pumping money into this program, they'd have to accept me, in my opinion, the way it is now.
I think that, I understand what you're saying about it's an act and it's entertainment and this, that, and the other. The problem with it is that some people don't get that it's an act or it's entertainment, right? And it's not portrayed as an act or entertainment. And when you've got people running around saying that it's okay, when you've got people running around threatening to drown potentially millions of people, is that a precedent that we want to set? I mean, I had one person put on my Facebook page, I don't understand why the police aren't involved. This seems like a terrorist threat.
Well, I don't think it was... But you know what? If somebody else other than her had said the exact same thing, would the police get involved? It's a valid comment. Well, it is, but a little common sense has to come in here. I mean, it's when we're, I think our society is kind of getting, your response was apropos, it was appropriate.
Yeah,
and
a
I
little bit
don't
more
really.